Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Million Dollar Media. I am your host, Max Kellerholz, and with me today we have,
Adrian.
Jan?
and today we are going to be talking about, it is the hit Amazon Prime animated TV show, based off the widely successful and popular Image Comics, made by Robert Kirkman, creator of The Walking Dead. And yeah, this show is pretty freaking sweet. Not gonna lie.
I mean, basically, yeah, it's awesome.
hmm I mean, that's my 2 second basic review. It's a very good show. It's action packed. It's heartfelt. It's got all sorts of good things. We're gonna split this video into like 2 segments. So we're gonna be talking about season 1 first, and then we're gonna be talking about season 2. So there should be time codes down below if you're interested to just skip to those certain parts. I'll also put in the spoiler parts for when we talk about that stuff. We're gonna basically talk about season 1 first. I think the pilot is so good in that it sets up this very standard comic book superhero show, kind of like your Justice League, and then it just flips it on its head at the very end with just how violent and gory it can get. I don't know. I just think that the show manages to keep that tone consistently throughout all these episodes. I will say my only problem with the first season is that I feel like there are some episodes that kind of really feel like filler.
Which episodes in particular?
I want to say the fourth episode really feels like filler.
I mean, it does, but then they pick it up in season 2.
I know, but even in that season 2, I found that to be kind of filler.
Yeah, like without season 2, yeah, that episode did feel like a filler.
I don't know. I just didn't. It was not my favorite episode of that season, but I feel like episode 5 really fixed that.
Oh yeah,
Like for episode 5 of season 1 is like really good.
oh yeah.
I'll let you guys talk about the main character, because I think you two might have something more interesting to say about this character than what I can bring to it.
I have to say about Mark. I think for me is he starts off as this like perfect vanilla character, and then from there you just see like great character development.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for some reason just feels different from other heroes you watch,
Mm-hmm.
especially like a teenage hero. Like you compare it to like Spider-Man and all the other teenage-ish heroes.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, he just stands out. Mainly because he is invincible, and it's very different from your other heroes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think his maturity in the hero aspect and in life throughout the series is like enjoyable to watch.
Mm-hmm. He has a very good heart, and it's like watching a mixture of like Superman and Spider-Man done in a very natural way. In that he's
Hmm.
young and full of life and wanting to do things and wanting to be the best hero he can be, but he also has these really strong moral codes given to him by his mom, pretty much. Because yeah, well, we'll get there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I know there's one complaint in this show that the main character just constantly just gets beaten up, and
Well,
what makes and so everybody's like, why is he called invincible? Well, he's called invincible because his will and moral code. He always tries to do the right thing, no matter what, no matter how hard it is, and that's it. That's what makes him invincible, is that he can just take the punches and keep going.
yeah, I mean, I get, I get everyone saying the meme like, "Oh, he's invincible. Why is he losing?"
They,
Like, especially like the first season, he just got his powers. He's not trained like other heroes in general. Like him losing is a kind of a lack of experience as well.
mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not if you were saying, "Oh, why is he hurt? Why is he this?" Like, he's not invulnerable to pain. He just has a very high tolerance for it all.
True.
And yes, he doesn't die or anything. He gets near death experiences, but come on.
Yeah,
When is your favorite hero not experience that?
he gets fucked up in this show.
Yeah, and the show does a great job showing
Oh yeah.
violence.
Oh yeah, it's so graphic. Just some of the shit they get away with in this show is crazy. We'll talk more
Yeah.
about that in season 2. I'd say I think there's some crazier shit in season 2 than there is in season 1. But Yen, do you have anything to say about the main character Mark, Invincible?
I'd agree with you guys on how this character has developed from season 1 to season 2. I love him. It probably helps that he's also voiced by Steven Yeun.
Yeah.
I feel like he does this character justice. I just think it was like the perfect fit or something.
Mm-hmm. I agree. He really gives it that youthful charm. Like,
which is, yeah, it's kind of funny considering he's like a man.
yeah. Well, he's a very good voice actor in that he can kind of like he can really like change his voice into like sounding like a scared teenager to like a tough man kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's also snarky. I think Steven Yeun is phenomenal. He fits this character so well. And they changed the character to fit him, which I find really interesting.
So like he's actually Asian?
In the comic, Mark is white.
Yeah, he's more white.
Yeah, he's a white guy. Debbie's a white woman.
White.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that again. Debbie's a white woman.
No, leave it. You have to leave it now.
God, you fucker.
Yeah, like in the comics, it's like more apparent that Debbie's white, but then here you can clearly tell she is not white. She's a different.
I think they're Korean. Like there's specific things in the show that like show that they are Korean.
I don't know. Like I just know they're Korean and that Steven Yeun and Senzor Oh are Korean. But what did you find in the show that pointed to that?
Well, I think you see it in season 2 more than season 1. But if you ever look on their coffee table in their living room, they have the two. I forget what they're called, but they're like the ducks, like marriage ducks. And that there's one with like a pink ribbon on it, and there's one with a blue ribbon on it, and they're facing towards each other in season 1, and in season 2 they're facing apart. And correct me if I'm wrong, comments, and specifically Korean people. It's like a marriage thing. If like the ducks are pointed together, it's like a strong marriage household kind of thing. So scene in season 2, which we'll get to them up facing away. That's something for people who are of that culture. If they saw that, they'd be like, "Oh, that's really clever." How I found that out was through New Rockstars. They brought it up, and I was like, "Oh, that's really smart." So I'm not gonna take credit for finding that. I think this is probably the best use of like race swapping or for a character I've ever seen.
They don't point it out. It's just there, but they don't make any traditions or they just make it a normal family with no like beliefs that are super specific. They're just there and they're telling the story. When you look at the voice actors too, you have Sandra Oh and then J. Jonah Jameson is like a white Asian mom. It's like it just fits perfectly. So I'm like that's point to the character.
I like how you didn't even say the actor's name. You said the character he's most known for.
Yeah, man. That's all I know him for. Yeah. That's all I know him as.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
You're probably on to it, Max, because I just looked it up and people are also talking about the ducks.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure about that because I don't know. I'm not Korean. I don't know that many Korean people.
You're not?
Yeah, I looked it up. That's true.
Okay. Well, yeah, I got something right.
Yeah, the white man is getting cultured.
Yay.
I thought you were going to say something stupid and be like, yeah, in this scene you can see Omni-Man finishing up some leftover kimchi or something.
There's probably other little things that I just don't know about. Like,
I mean, yeah, like in season 1, Debbie could have been like, "Oh, I want to get some food from that Asian place," and she says, "I want to get this Italian place." So they don't make it right.
Well, we could probably move on. We kind of mentioned this character, and I know you two really want to talk about this character, and I'm just gonna let you two have fun with this. Let's talk about Mark's dad.
Ah, yes. Yeah, do you want to start this one off?
Shit, man. Bugs.
Wait, hold on. Let's just leave it to season 1 Omni-Man for right now. We'll get into season 2.
Oh, I just realized. I don't know if you want to leave this in or not. You're gonna have the two dadless people talk about him. You don't want to start off. All right.
You know what? This makes the conversation more interesting.
No, dadless talking about dads. How the fuck do we start?
Fatherless activities. Let's go.
Let's go. New podcast name just for me and Jan. Jan, go ahead. Talk about Omni-Man.
Let's talk about Nolan Grayson. Dude, I don't even know where to begin. I fucking love that guy. Like, he's a good dad, no matter like.
What? What?
He has nothing to compare it to, so come on.
Oh, that's
Cut him some
right.
slack.
Shit, forgot we're in fatherless activities.
Like, what he did at the end was sort of fucked up, but like, let's be honest here.
Let's be honest.
His parenting skills are on point. He comes from a strong military background. She's more like my pet.
Oh my god. Alright, well, Adrian, do you have anything to say?
Oh, I ain't done yet, miss. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I mean, from the beginning of season 1, he does seem like a good dad.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to teach Mark the rope of his powers.
Mm-hmm.
He's hoping they would come eventually, and then when they do, he trains them. So like he's not like he's not there, that not helping him.
Uh-huh.
And then he helps develop his sense of being a hero, since he grew up watching him doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't say he's a terrible role model until the end.
Yeah. Well,
But like he's there, he's supportive, quote.
yeah.
But like he wasn't. Let's just say this: he's a great actor.
It's not funny, but it's kind of funny in that way of like, I mean, it's another J.K. Simmons movie, but like, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Whiplash, where he like plays like a teacher.
Oh yeah, you showed that to us.
Yeah, dude, that fucking like, there towards the end of the show, he really pulls out some of that character from that movie into this character.
Yeah,
Just berating Mark.
and kind of another thing I just remembered during the scene where Mark was trying to say like let him prove himself, punch me, and then his little speech there.
Mm-hmm.
They're just good acting by both.
Yeah.
And you could actually almost tell, well, at that moment, that no one cares. He actually cares at that moment. Like, whether it was an act or not, we don't know. It was still really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, fast forward a little to, spoiler, Alien Invasion episode, where he comes back. This isn't your planet to rule. And that like flew over a lot of people's heads at the time.
Uh-huh.
But like, you paid attention, you're like, oh fuck.
Well, like you see him go into the portal. Jesus. Just with the handle. Fuck off. With the handlebar mustache. And then he leaves with like a full beard.
Full beard, smells like shit.
Yeah.
Like, guys taking a shower. Because if you didn't watch the show or whatever, like time speeds up faster where he went, the planet he was on. So
yeah. And just that whole scene of like him like conquering a world in like the span of like to us an hour.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like it is such good animation. Like I feel like the first couple episodes of the show have some of the best animation of the season.
I think it was just super consistent. I wouldn't say like any particular one had bad animation.
I just noticed there were some moments where I was like, these characters are very still right now.
Huh. I wonder if they call that out in the future. Huh. Which one? Maybe. But that for a later time.
I know. But for the flaws of the animation, which are not that many, I think it makes up for great voice acting, great storytelling, great characters, so that all that stuff, all that animation stuff, really doesn't matter in the end because you're just like, I love this show. So that's me kind of getting the animation talk out of the way. And I do really think that the fights in this show are really good. Like when they want to throw down, they throw down. Should we talk about Debbie?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Great character.
Oh my god, yes.
It's nice to see moms being represented well in a superhero show.
Yeah, especially in this world, like the writing is done so well for Debbie.
Mm-hmm. And Sandra really plays it well.
Oh my lord, yes.
She makes a character that could, on paper, be really like one note and kind of like woman, like in the corner, like we don't really pay attention to her because she has no powers. She's like the strongest character in the show, just by pure force of will. And that's kind of passed down to Mark. It's like his dad gave him his powers, but his mom gave him her will.
Oh, yeah, basically his entire being.
Mm-hmm.
Like, belief and all that.
Yeah. I think season 1 does a good job of like with all the whole mystery element of this show of like is Omni-Man gonna get revealed?
The way she was written for those like suspense moments when she starts snooping around and looking for all this stuff, it just done well.
Yen, do you have anything to say about Debbie real quick?
Smash.
Oh God. All I can say is not bad for a pet.
Fuck off.
No. I absolutely love Debbie. Like, she's an awesome character. She gave Mark his empathy and all that. But dude, the memes have rotted my brain.
We'll get into memes later when we get to season 2. Question: do we want to talk about Eve first, or do we want to talk about Amber first?
Oh man.
Dude, fuck them. I love Cecil.
I mean,
There's
it's really difficult because
a lot of characters to care for.
I know this show has a ton of characters, all with their own little unique stories and things going on. Like it is a
I just care.
yeah, it really does. No one in this show is like a small character. They all have something going on.
Let's talk about Amber. Right.
All right, well, season 1, Amber. I'm gonna say this. I'm kind of with all the people on the internet. I did not like Amber, and I thought she was really toxic for Mark.
I mean, I could see it, but like as they revealed and explained, and people probably already knew from season 1 how their relationship was trying to be, like they're two different worlds.
That's true.
It's hard to balance all that. You want them to save the world, but you also want to be with them.
I get it,
So-
but I feel like the first season doesn't do it as well as the second season will do it.
Yeah,
Like we'll
because
get
of miscommunication. That's why no one liked Amber.
That's true. But I also feel like when like she eventually does find out, and I guess for like season 1 we're just gonna be spoilers. So sorry about that.
Oh.
So when she does find out, it's
Or she reveals that she knew.
yeah, it kind of feels like, well, if you knew this whole time, why are you like you're
But you bet.
like I just feel like for like someone who's watching this story unfolds to be like, oh, you should not care about your needs compared to the needs of the many when it is a relationship like this. I get it, but it just I don't know. I don't think the writing was as strong as it will be, and it really makes the character unlikable.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you knew, so why the fuck you mad? It's because you didn't tell me. Oh, it's a secret identity.
Yeah, right.
I don't just go around, hey, my name is Mark Grayson. I'm invincible.
Yeah, it's just. Ugh.
Why you mad? Every hero in this world has a secret identity.
Mm-hmm.
And you're mad at this one person that you really care about is keeping it from you. Like, come on. Amber is not written well for secret. People hated her.
Yeah, people were ripping on her in that first season. I'm glad that like since it is animation, they weren't going after the actress.
People who read the comic and watched the show, they're two different people.
Well, yeah. In the comic, she's white, a blonde.
Yeah, she's a white blonde, and this one's black. I'm like, oh man, it's like two different things.
I will say there's one really funny moment that no one talks about in the. I think it's the 3rd episode where they go on their first date, or his friend
William.
William gives him a bunch of books about progressive movements and literature and stuff like that. And when Mark goes to like talk about I know about a bunch of stuff and like all that kind of jazz, the animators have him like raise his fist, kind of like the Black Power thing. It's super subtle, but it's really funny.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Which was really funny. I like that was whoever was the animator who did that. Great job. I don't know. Like I think that's all I really have to talk about Amber for now. We'll get more into her in the video.
What do I want to say about Eve? I mean, it's really in my opinion, seems like a very neutral character to like.
Yeah.
Like introduced, she's super friendly to Mark. Like she has these awesome powers,
She's hot.
And I mean, you want to go there? Unique suit. Say that. And she's just like, come on, long sleeve, short shorts, and a small cape.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, unique is what I say because I don't really see that very often. Yeah, as a character, she's just super likable.
She really is. Like, her parents are
Like,
assholes.
her parents are assholes. Like, we'll get into
has
that.
the worst parents. Not much is really revealed of her in season 1.
Yeah, she's just a likable character.
I really don't want to talk about this character right now, but I'll just say this: Rexplode in the first season, asshole.
Yeah, you have your super likable character in Eve, and then you have your absolute shit-faced fuckboy that you don't like in Rex.
To be fair, he is that kind of asshole that you like watching because he's just like, what is he gonna do next? Like, how is he gonna fuck this up?
Like he makes bad decisions that don't make you like him, but his character is pretty interesting and funny.
Oh yeah,
He's a smart ass.
Yeah, and I think the
It's
actor,
fun.
I think his name is Jason Mantzoukas, does a really good job of like really playing up that asshole kind of like smart ass.
Dude, whenever he uses like his sarcastic voice, it's so funny.
It's
Like,
really
oh, robot has something to say.
My favorite one is when like he taunts Monster Girl for the first time. And he like, it's really good voice acting.
Yeah, and just see karma hit. Just
yeah.
back whenever something happens, like karma hits almost right then and there.
Yeah.
Where like just something happens, and it's just fun to follow.
Mm-hmm. I also really like his powers. They're the Gambit powers from X-Men, but they're pretty cool in this.
Yeah, that's what like basically almost anything he touches, like at least from my scene, like small objects, he can just make them explode.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't really done any big objects.
Yeah, because he's just thrown like the small like coins, and in one fight you see him throw like magnet letters.
Yeah, fridge magnets. Yeah, I like that. Was a really cool detail I liked. Well, there's one other Guardian we should really talk about. Yeah, Robot's really interesting. It's really interesting to see him played by Zachary Quinto. I like his deadpan performance throughout this first season. I like his story, and like you think that they're gonna do the thing where it's like, oh, he's the evil mastermind robot trying to like take over the team and trying to destroy them from the inside.
Nope.
He's
just wants to be human.
Yeah, he just wants a normal life, and when you see what he looks like, you kind of get it.
Like, first of all, how the fuck? What type of disease did he pile on and multiply to get to that?
How did he live that long?
Like, the man was living in a literal test tube. He's literally a growing test tube baby. Like, bro has a lopsided head, is chubby, like, he has no neck.
No legs.
His arms and legs are fucking shriveled.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow the smartest motherfucker on the planet.
Well, I mean, when you got nothing else to work with.
Yeah, but how the fuck? How did he get to that?
I don't know.
How did everything else rot but his brain? Do you wanna talk about, like, just quickly go through like our favorite like fights or moments leading up to the finale? Because you said you want to talk about the fights.
That's fair. I think I'll let you guys go first. What your favorite fight was? Yen, what was your favorite fight of the first season?
Let's see. First season, it's not really significant, but seeing Omni-Man fight against the Reanimant was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that was.
Cause like they were doing some whack stuff. Like one of them literally bit him on the cheek and started like pulling on his skin.
Yeah, that.
I like that. It's also, I think that whole sequence of him, Cecil trying to like throw everything against Omni-Man was really cool.
Yeah, like I include like just that what you said with Cecil throwing everything, because then you have the kaiju, you have the fighter pilots, you have the orbital bombardment.
Oh yeah.
So I'd say that was probably like, honestly, I loved all of them, but I don't know, that one was just cool, just seeing Cecil go all out on Omni-Man because he's like kind of shitting his pants.
Yeah.
Mine is easily episode 5.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, we get I forgot his name. The Rock dude.
Titan.
Yeah, we get him, and then him and Mark try to take down a robot head.
A machine head. Which, by
machine head.
Can I point out real quick? I love that they gave him an auto-tune voice.
I love that so much. When you first hear him, it's just hilarious.
I know your family lives.
That line specifically.
It's so good.
Bro threatened his family and auto-tune.
But yeah, go on.
But yeah, and then we get introduced to a bunch of villains, and then we get Battle Beast. Like that whole lead up scene, and then Mark like getting angry and just beating up most of the villains.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Battle Beast does not want to be messed with.
Yep.
And then the Guardians show up. They also help. But then we yet again we see why Battle Beast is not to be fucked with. He solos all of them. He literally makes an indent in Mark's chest. He crushes Samson. Yeah, he crushes Samson's arm. He humiliates Monster Girl.
I don't think he just humiliates her. He literally smashes her face.
And you see her skull. He smashed it with rocks. If I remember, he collapsed 2 rocks on her face, and then you see her skull. I keep ranting here. Battleby says, "These are peasants. I am wasting my time. I am out. The money ain't worth it. I was promised a fight, and that I was not promised. I'm out."
Mm-hmm.
So it's just that entire fight is just really awesome for me, and I love watching reactions to it.
Oh, I do
So
too.
gruesome.
It's so fun. Yeah, I think it's my turn to talk about my favorite fight, and I think I'll just talk about the one that kind of really showed what this show was capable of, and it's the first episode's finale. That is probably my favorite because if you never read the comic, and if you have read the comic, they don't show this in the comic.
And it's much later too.
Oh yeah, much later. And it's so well done. Like the shock of like, wait, why is Omni-Man doing that? Like, isn't he supposed to be like the Superman good guy kind of character? He's like, he must be mind controlled. Like something's going on. He's not talking. Why is he not talking? Like, you really think about it. Like, he doesn't really say a word that
entire scene. He doesn't say anything. He just grunts. And that's really it.
Yeah, grunts and
screams.
Like, it's kind of terrifying because you know that he's not trying to like. He's
serious.
He's serious. He's not trying to reveal some evil plan. He's just there to get it done. Which
Back to being a great actor.
Yeah, a method actor nonetheless. No wonder why I hate him. But yeah, that's such a great fight. Like he, some of the goriest kills I've seen. He literally punches through a girl's face.
Used her as a shield.
Crushed Red Rush's head.
That's when you knew this show was fucked.
Which became a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Yeah.
The one that still like makes me like cringe to this day is like when he just like completely 180s War Woman's head.
Yeah.
Like that's the one.
It's just instant.
Jesus Christ.
It was instant too.
But yeah, such a great opening. I think that's where the animation of the show really that's what they like doing. Just the crazy gory shit.
I think another one that surprised a lot of people was I forgot his name. It was like the Batman clone.
Darkwing,
thank you. And he just slams him and he just explodes.
Yeah.
You don't see it. You just see the blood splatter to the ground.
Which I find really funny because that just kind of goes to show like, well, yeah, if Batman were to really fight against Superman, it would just be like...
Yeah, exactly.
Just done. That's some of our favorite fights and moments from the first season. I think we can kind of move on to the finale real quick because we do want to talk about season 2. Just to kind of like talk about the finale, I'll let you guys give your thoughts, but like such a well done like translation from the comic. It's emotional. Like I love the build up to Omni-Man just fully like beating the shit out of him. Like it first starts out as just one punch that goes through, cuts Chicago in half pretty much, and then the train sequence is crazy.
Yeah, it ran a train on Mark. Holy fuck. That's when some memes came. I was like, oh, it ran a train on him.
Alright. Calm down.
That's what the memes were saying.
It also became a Mortal Kombat fatality. Perhaps some of the goriest, most epic
one-sided fight.
It really is. It's it's barely a fight. It's just a beatdown.
It's a lesson.
Yeah.
Quoted by Omni-Man himself. This is a lesson.
Like just to the point where they're like on that mountain He's just laying into him, and that's where you get like the think Mark. What makes this moment, this finale, so good is that like
That's the meme.
no, it's the part where like Omni Man keeps punching him, and it gets to the point where like he's looking at his son, and he flashes back to like the baseball game, and they do
Which
that
was an added scene.
exactly like one of my favorite match cut transitions is where like you see Mark when he's a kid with missing his two teeth in the front, and it's like, oh, that's so cute. Then it just flashes forward, and you see
Yeah,
Mark's
just kept.
face, bloody, teeth gone, lip split in half, like his everything is swollen.
Yeah, and just not even that transition. The transition before going into that flashback, he's just wailing on Mark, just just punching his face in, and
Uh-huh.
then from the impact, it switches to a baseball getting hit by a bat,
Yep.
and that's the transition we get. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then what I really love, and I think this is where like J.K. Simmons really, really does a good job portraying like the shades of gray in this character. He's just still his dad, and like the part where he's like, "Look, why are you doing this? Why are you fighting for people that?"
Why did you make me do this? You're
Yeah,
fine.
that's the part where I was like, "Oh, this is abusive." Well, obviously, but like the line of like, "Why did you make me do this?" Like that's like, ooh.
Everything and everyone you know will be gone.
I love Mark's line of just like, "I'll still have you, Dad." Like that always gets me whenever I see them. Like it's so well done by Stephen Young.
I think it just also kind of shows how durable Mark is because he's still conscious despite looking like that.
True.
And he was able to talk with that
Well,
busted mouth of his.
I mean, not well.
He still got out basically a sentence.
That's true. I still would like to get Yen's opinion on the finale real quick because I just realized we didn't hear from him. It's kind of been quiet.
All I can say is, what's another 18 years?
Oh my god.
17.
We
Okay.
can always make another one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's like fine.
That kind of foreshadows.
She's more like a pet.
Oh my god. Yeah, that fucking line.
God, that broke so many hearts of people. Holy shit.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah. I guess now we can move on to season 2. And what I really,
Woo!
yeah, what I really like about season 2 is it's such a good fallout to season 1 of like every character is just dealing with their own level of trauma from what happened, and like Mark just trying to like figure out where he stands on things. His role model of how to be a superhero is now the world's worst villain that he could not stop. Jesus Christ, my voice.
Oh,
And yeah, like I feel like Debbie, her character becomes like really. She goes through like levels of depression, and then also recovering from that and trying to figure out like where she stands on things, on how to like move forward with stuff. Just really well done, like character development for each of the characters. I also feel like this is the season where I really started to like Invincible as the main character, and like they started to really show like what makes him, again, what I said earlier about what makes him invincible is his will to never give up on doing the right thing. And this is the season that really shows it. What you kick off what you would like to talk about season 2 overall? Like what was the thing that like made you like this season or this series overall?
Oh man, dude. Like, there's just so much. But I guess with season 2, I noticed how, obviously, like you said, we get to see more Mark's character development. But I really enjoyed getting to see pretty much everyone else's, especially Alan the aliens. He's also one of my favorite characters.
Yep, I agree. Like I like getting to see like the further galactic like war of everything going on, like the scope of how big this threat is. And I think Alan the Alien is a great character to show that, and Seth Rogen does a great job
that's so
voicing it.
awesome.
I guess we can get the controversy. What did you think of them basically not killing Shrinking Ray?
Ooh,
Or at least the part, like, like how that character died pretty much immediately after being treated like a Tic Tac in the
yeah.
comic.
I have no problem because I like it when they do drastically different things that aren't going to change the overall story. Like I feel
Mhm.
like Shrinking Ray's not going to impact the story too much going forward, but it's neat to see her, be on the team still. Like, I'm very interested to see. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know much about Shrinking Ray as a character. All I know is what happens to him in the comics, and then what happens to her in the show. Because yeah, it's a gender swapped character.
Yeah, I mean, even in the comics, dude, like the most prominent thing that's known about him is that he got eaten. So, like, there wasn't really much to begin with, if I'm being totally honest.
That's fair. By the way, like I know, just talking about that scene overall, that might have been my favorite part of like those 2 episodes that it was shown, like the Lizard League stuff. Like I like it when like C or D level villains suddenly do like really drastic, like oh shit, they might actually be terrifying things.
Because in previous seasons, he treated the Lizard League like a joke.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, those guys, those C-listers. All right, let's just beat them up and get this over.
Yeah, because in season 1, they said they handled them, casualties and stuff. And even before that, they're like, oh, the Lizard League, yeah, they got this, oh, they're easy. And then we get to that episode, like, no, it ain't. The fuck y'all talking about?
Like, where was this?
Your entire team got critically injured.
Yeah.
They're a joke?
No.
Presumed dead, the 2 of them.
3 of them for a minute.
Oh yeah, I forgot Rex gets fucking domed.
Yeah, he shoots a bullet to the fucking brain.
Dude,
shoot me, you bitch.
I remember that part because everybody was like, oh man, it's a cliffhanger. They're not going to kill him because it's a cliffhanger. 2 minutes in, bam. I love seeing reactions to that because everybody's just like, what the fuck?
I know. And then he somehow comes back.
I know it makes no sense. However, I love that the show can do that because it's a world where people survive really gruesome things. So someone getting shot in the head and then coming back and just beating the shit out of the guy that shot him.
That's just wild.
It's so crazy. It's one of those things where it's just like you just hope that whoever's watched, like the writers wrote this scene down and they were like, look, someone at some point has that one friend that told them a story about a guy surviving getting shot in the head. Let's just hope that they can connect that to this scene.
Because wasn't he also missing a hand?
Yes. Yeah, because the same guy who killed, quote unquote, killed.
Oh,
fuck, duplicate. Duplicate and Shrinking Ray bit his hand off, and then his hand had he was about to explode something, so it just kind of blew his head up.
And that's just wild that he managed to just win.
I cared more about that going on than the
actual story.
The actual story going on, and the characters who are more important, quote unquote. Like you had like Invincible Eve, Immortal Rudy, all very important characters up on that ship. Yet I'm caring more about these like guys who are really just side characters.
Yeah, it's the fact that in that moment, that sequence probably just happened in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
The main storyline looks like it's like taking like more than an hour or 2.
I don't even, maybe a day at most, maybe 2 days.
Yeah, like whatever how long it took over there, we cared more about a sequence that was happening for maybe like 10-15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying like it makes episode 4 from the first season feel like filler because like when you get to this, the Sequids are interesting, but like not that like cool. It's something that you've seen before, especially like in other comic book properties like the Suicide Squad. It's
just Starro.
It is just Starro. And there's nothing really new added to it. So when you get stuff like the Lizard League stuff, I found that way more interesting. But yeah, like thank you for bringing that up, Yen. Like yeah, I definitely want to talk about that. Also, that whole thing just made me love Rex as a character.
Oh yeah, that was a turning point.
I was like, okay, I like this guy.
It just made me like him even more. Like I know he was a douchebag, but I kind of liked him in season 1 too.
He's kind of on his redemption arc, so it's cool to see.
Yeah, just had to get shot in the head.
Yeah, just to realize it, had to sacrifice some brain matter, but
as you do. Hey, Yen, I know what I would like to talk about with you. You want to talk about some bugs?
Oh God.
Oh.
Do you want to introduce this?
We got Dami Mommies. We got the bugs. We got the rock fucking Viltrumites.
Gingers, geriatrics.
Homosexuals make me angry, Mark. Or hold hold on. I'm not saying that. Like that's not me saying that. I'm just quoting the meme.
It's a really funny YouTube series. If we say certain quotes, we're quoting from that series. Halfway through season 2, we just find out that Omni-Man basically went to another planet of bug people.
And fuck the bug.
He fucked a bug. And I love watching reactions to that because people are like, "What the?" And
You
then
suck your dick in that.
yeah, and my favorite part is when everybody sees the kid. It's just like, what? Because yeah, Jesus, man, like if you didn't know that was coming, like if you didn't read the comics, like that would have been like a crazy reveal. Like, are you kidding me? This dude,
He got another wife.
yeah, exactly.
Now has another kid.
Wait, it's not another wife. It's another pet.
Oh my god.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, you can collect bugs as pets.
Yeah.
I just
What a
find
rumor.
that so like it's so weird, and I just love that they're just going full force with it from the comic to the show. Though that fight with Omni Man and Invincible versus the Viltrumites might be my favorite fight of the show.
That's a really good one.
I really like it just because of just how creative it is, and like it's cool to see Omni Man like do these really gory stuff on characters that we actually hate and not like.
This is like the fight where he doesn't hold back.
It's also really cool to see Mark like actually like kick ass and like learn how to
Yeah.
fight against these people. Like the moment where he starts to get the upper hand on that one old lady with the knife in her hair, which I think was a really cool move set. Not gonna lie, that was awesome. But like when he really starts to like beat the shit out of her, it's really like, yes, Mark, there you go, keep going. That's as one of the scenes that just makes me go, oh, that's horrifying to see. Is when like Omni Man like squishes that guy's head and his skull fractures in half, and it just you see his head split in a way that looks so unnatural, and he's trying to put his head back together, kind of thing. Oh my god, that scene freaked me out for some reason.
Yeah, that just was gruesome. The first time I saw it, it just made me make faces. Let's say that.
I was just like, that is so fucked up.
It's a throwback to Red Rush's death.
I guess, yeah.
He'll be fine. He's a Viltrumite.
Yeah, these fuckers can stand a lot of damage. Yeah, like, is there anything else we want to talk about that scene? I mean, Steve Harvey just kind of comes in and like breaks Nolan's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, just comes in after getting his gut busted. And just hey, like let me blow his guts out.
I love the fact that you can still see him even when he like does that weird like.
He's like holding his guts.
He's holding his guts. That's so messed up, man. This is also where you find out like Mark now has to take over his father's position and be the Conqueror verse, and they will keep checking up on him to see if he's actually doing his job. Okay, there's two characters I want to introduce, like talk about before we wrap this up. I think it's fair we should talk about Anissa, and I think we should also talk about or Angstrom Livy.
Yeah, I would love to talk about Anissa.
So let's talk about her first. I do know what she does.
I also know what she does.
Dummy mommy time?
I don't know, and I don't know.
Yeah, I know, yeah, it's pretty cool.
My favorite meme whenever I see it on like social media, I was like, it should have been me.
Oh my!
It should have been me.
I don't know if we should joke about it because it is a very serious topic. Yeah, so I think I'm just say, guys, let's just kind of like stop with that kind of joke because like I'm just gonna forewarn people who haven't read the comic.
It's a touchy subject. If that wasn't a spoiler enough, though, like
Yeah,
it gets.
it's like I don't want to ruin it for people who haven't read the comics. So it was really cool to see this character brought to life in this episode. The actress who plays Anissa in this show is the same actress who played Billy Butcher's wife in The Boys.
Whoa.
Oh.
Which makes it very ironic that she's playing this character.
Really does.
That's all I'm gonna say. And I do think she does a really good job because comparing her character in that show to this show, like she's terrifying.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize her voice.
I didn't either. Then when I like IMDb'd it, I was just like, who is this actress? Because I was like, who are they gonna get to play this character? Because this actress is gonna get a lot of hate. So I was like, okay, who's the one to do it? And I was like, who's this actress? And I scrolled through her IMDb and found Becca Butcher, and I was like, no way.
Me, Becca.
Yeah, well, Becca. But no, like it was. I think she was terrifying. I like that scene because it also shows again Cecil's just like Mark, like just tell her that you're gonna do your job, and that way she can go. You cannot win. He's just like, no, I will not bow down to this. I will not accept this. And I just love that scene, man, where he's just like, look, you wouldn't be here just to kill me. You want me to do this job, so go ahead, do it. Like fail your mission kind of thing. And she's just like, fuck, he got me. But I
And
love the warning she gives him. I mean, there's not much to talk about Anissa other than like it does
the
make
one
you.
episode she just shows
Well,
not.
but she also just completely destroys Mark and Amber's relationship.
Yeah, comes in, there's a part of the relationship, shows Mark he's nothing. Like she destroyed his whole morals
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in a matter of an episode.
Yep. Going back to what we were talking about in season 1, how we didn't like Amber. Season 2, Amber is so much better. Like their relationship is full of communication and trust, and really trying to make it work. But I think she
And then
says
that
it.
Nissa comes in.
But no, I really think that like Amber put it best is like, look, you can survive all this stuff. I can't. I'm physically unable to deal with any of this. And that's terrifying.
And another one she says is like, she also says like, I can be used as a weapon against you.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking because you just see them like it's not a messy breakup in that they hate each other. It's a breakup as like
It's a mutual.
yeah, it's just like it cannot work. And I was just like, damn, it's heartbreaking because
Oh,
like I feel like more shows don't show that kind of breakup. It's always like the breakup that everybody hates each other kind of thing.
yeah, like from that standpoint, like everyone understood
Yeah,
like why this happened, and it was explained so well. Amber's voice actor did a great job, like projecting all that emotion.
I think it's Zazie Beetz who was what is her name? She's Domino in Deadpool.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, great actress. Just wanted to say that real quick. Just because I do think, like, even though we did kind of talk a little bit of shit about her character, I do really think the actress did a good job conveying what the writers wanted to tell, and I think the writers really gave her good stuff in season 2. I think we should just move on to Langstrom.
yeah. Let's
Or
talk about
Langstrom.
episode one first. I want to talk about episode one.
All right, go
The
right ahead.
opening. Holy, holy shit! Was that confusing for a lot of people?
I agree.
I just want to say that.
Huh.
Like people did not expect like, oh, we're gonna follow up from last season. We're gonna see Mark, be a hero. Nah, he's a supervillain. You see this apocalyptic world, and then we see his face on the big screen, threatening the world.
Mhm. With his dad.
Yeah, what is that? And then a few minutes later, we see the resistance camp on the ground. You see Langstrom, and then we see a older Eve, and then we see Mark come in, a hero we all love and adore. Ah,
Omni Man with the coldest line to Robot. You should have you should have died at birth.
yeah,
Like Jesus Christ.
like holy fuck! It was like I feel like the start of episode one and the end of episode one season one
Mm-hmm.
just awesome, like great hooks.
Mm-hmm. But it's important to note that like this season does deal with the multiverse, which I feel like really is unfortunate for this season, only because like every other superhero medium is currently doing the multiverse.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I can't really complain about this show because like unlike the Marvel universe where there's
I
like
think it's just like poor
so many,
timing.
it really
Just
is.
poor timing because this was in the comics set in stone way back when it was first published, and just when this is coming out, like, we have a bunch of multiverse stuff. So I think it's just bad timing.
It is. But the character that can access it is a character named Angstrom Levy, who at first is just in the main Invincible universe, he's just a guy who wants to like free
Save
up
the world.
save the world, create a perfect utopia by bringing all of his alternate reality versions of himself together into a room and basically like try to figure out all the world's problems and try to save the world as best they can. So they contact the help of the Mahler twins. The Mahler twins basically try to figure out a device to connect all of these minds into one being. And Mark shows up. The Mahler twins kind of escalate that
From
situation.
different dimensions.
Yeah, escalate that situation. Angstrom takes off his helmet trying to save Mark, and then it ultimately backfires
Goes
on him. And every single version of Angstrom Livy gets basically fused into one, and he has this giant, grotesque brain that goes all the way to his back. Even
Yeah.
it's disgusting. And so now he has the knowledge of every version of himself from multiple realities. And throughout the season, he kind of shows up here and there, kind of like doing some sneaky, villainous things. The end of the 7th episode before the finale, they finally like pull that trigger of just like you see him in Mark's home with basically threatening Debbie and Oliver, and it's just like,
Hi,
oh
Mark.
fuck.
Like, oh, hi, Mark.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, that finale's so good. I think I like this finale better than the first season's, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, do you have anything to say about this finale?
I watched it today, so let me try to remember what. It was
What did you think of...
Oh right, he was like, I thought you were stronger.
Yeah, what do you think
Yeah.
of
What did you think of Mark's first kill?
whole thing?
I think it was well earned, well deserved.
I kind of agree,
um,
but I totally get his response.
oh yeah, because like that was the first time he ever crossed that line, and he's still like essentially a college age kid just fresh out of high school. So it's like, of course he's gonna feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, even though like I feel like Angstrom kind of deserved that fate.
Oh, I agree.
Uh, or like I should say he deserved that happening to him. I can't say fate.
I mean, I totally get it. If anybody put their hands on my mom, I would do the same thing.
Dude straight up just destroyed Debbie's wrist.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
that was
That made me grimace so bad.
that made me very scared. I was like, oh my god. Also, what he was doing to the baby too, like grabbing it by its.
Oh my god, he's holding it by Oliver by his leg.
Yeah.
He threw Oliver, and Debbie, like a wide receiver, catches him.
Uh-huh. No, dude, like
Get her on the field.
that was the moments where I was just like, he's gotta go. This dude is dangerous. There's no way you can contain him.
And creating portals to another world in an instant, like, come on, that's so dangerous.
He literally sent Invincible to the DC universe and kind of the Marvel universe.
Oh yeah, when he's talking with Batman, that was pretty funny.
And the Walking Dead universe.
Dude, I remember watching the episode for the first time and I was like, what was that thing he grabbed and hit Levy with? Is that a Fortnite gun? And then the Invincible Twitter actually posted a title card saying like that guy from Fortnite.
Yeah, I was like, so you mean Invincible? I see a bunch of dreams like, oh, him meeting Peter Griffin as canon, him meeting all these like Fortnite crossover characters as canon. I was like, God damn it, he's right.
I love it too because it's like a blink and you miss it moment, and really, it doesn't really matter that it was that. It's just if you know, you know.
Yeah, I didn't know at first when I first saw it. I thought it was just something else, but then I saw like on social media like, oh, that's a Fortnite con. That's it. I'm like, oh.
Also, people
And then
have already started to reanimate that scene with that Spider-Man wannabe.
Agent Spider.
Yeah, I really wish they found a way to get the rights to Spider-Man, but I totally get why they had to do it.
Oh yeah, you think they're gonna get a Disney or Sony? You think they're gonna get the rights?
No. There's a part where he says something like, "Oh yeah, I've been doing a lot of multiverse stuff recently," implying that he was at least contacted by Miguel to be part of the Spider Society. Yeah, and then Mark just pretty much beats the living shit out of Angstrom Livy in this world that kind of doesn't have anything living in it, and it's very like I love Mark just going insane, talking to himself, like trying to reason why he did it and is it okay that he did it, It's just so well done. It's so well acted. Like, this was the stuff where I was like, Steven Yeun is a great actor and a great voice actor.
Yeah, the line of "I thought you were stronger" just delivered so well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, another thing I want to point out was during Levi's like mental crisis after Mark said, "You tried to save me." Like after that, we see like a bunch of different universes in which he quote unquote died. We see like Invincible in with a cape,
Yep.
that outfit. Then he says, "I'll kill the kid quickly." I'm like, huh?
Yep.
And then like all that is just leading up to like that mental like battle. Like I tried to save him, but no, he's a villain. Like all those minds just clashing. Like no, he is the villain. He's the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really done well to where you kind of understand his character.
You get it, but you're also like, why are you going after this one?
Yeah, like why this one specifically? Of all the ones you pick, you choose that one that's actually good.
Mm-hmm. And make him a killer.
Yeah, like he has the power to go to other universes. Why didn't you just stop the other ones?
Don't know really else what I gotta say. It's just a great finale. I think I liked it better than the second season or the first season.
Oh wait, we forgot to mention one of our favorite bits.
Hmm.
The animator talking about why animation takes so long.
Oh, it was just funny.
Yeah, it's just a funny call out to like stop complaining. It takes a bit, all right.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have workarounds. We do this, we do that. All right, understand their struggle.
All right, I think we should wrap it up. Anybody got any final thoughts? Yen, do you have anything to say before we wrap this up?
No, I've said about all I've said.
Okay, Adrian, what about you?
I just can't wait for the next season. I hope it doesn't take too long.
I think it's going to come out next year. I think it won't be as long as a wait.
Yeah, I hope not, but you know.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty much all I gotta say. Like, I really like the show. Can't wait for more. If you haven't read the comic, read the comic. Support your local comic book store. Go out and like find new and interesting comics, like Invincible. Like, just go out and find some really cool stuff. You're gonna find some gems that you never heard of. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more from us, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more from us, subscribe to our Patreon. We are currently in the month of April, which means it's Anime April. So it's kind of fitting we're talking about animation. I know this isn't an anime, but it has anime influences. So shut up. On our Patreon, we're going to be releasing a very special. I don't want to reveal it just in case we don't get, taken down. But if you like what we had to say about this series, share us around. We definitely want to get our voice heard by people to try and see what people think of our stuff.
Drop your favorite moments down below.
You know what? I have another question for you guys. Would you fuck a bug? I hope you all have a good day, and bye.
Would you fuck a bug?
Yes.